Hey y'all, welcome to Adventures with Aggie, brought to you by Coco's Coffee House. Today we have a Ryan Martin Foundation alumni named Hennessy Hernandez. She's a member of the RMF Trojans, and she's going to tell us about how important the Ryan Martin Foundation is to her in her life. Please welcome Hennessy.
Hennessy, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm excited to know more about you and your story. I've heard lots of lovely things. But first, to just kind of start off, can you give me a little bit of background on who you are and what you do?
All right, well, I'm Hennessy. I'm 18 years old. I'm going to be a sophomore in college soon. Um, so basically, I've been with the Ryan Martin Foundation for a long time. I've known Ryan since I was like 9 or something like that. And I first met him when I went to basketball camp in the summer. I remember my mom came into my room and I was super excited when she showed me the opportunity because like I'd never done anything like that before and I was just sitting in my room doing nothing all summer. So I was like, why not? And I remember when I first came to Ryan, I had these like power wheels and he hated that idea. He was like, no, get rid of them right away. Like you need to be more independent. You need to do your thing. So like I've been playing basketball for a very long time with Ryan, and it's been one of the best experiences um, that I've had in my lifetime.
That's awesome. You've known Ryan for much longer than I've known Ryan in that case.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's like half your
basically
life.
all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. I love it. Awesome. Well, what was it about basketball? Like why basketball, I guess? How did this kind of happen and why was it basketball compared to other sports?
Well, basketball was really the first adapted sport that I was introduced to. Like I didn't even know any other ones existed. I played softball for a while, but not like adaptive softball or anything. It was like with the what is it called? Just a regular team, I guess. And this was the first time I saw like others like me playing sports, and I could actually like relate to them and like have a fun time doing the same things that everyone else did. And it was just a really cool experience to open up my social circle and get more confident and like have people around me who went through kind of the same thing that I did. And so basketball just became something that I grew to like love because it just made me more confident and like a better person.
Totally. That's awesome. I can tell how much you like it by hearing you talk about it. It's great. Cool. Let's see. What can you kind of, I guess, just tell us some stories here? Can you tell me some of your favorite memories as an RMF Trojan?
An RMF Trojan. Let's see. Um, well, a lot of my favorite stories come from just like watching my team actually, because I don't know, the best moments were when we were like down like 5, 10 points or something like that. And then you're just like, I'll be sitting on the bench and I'll be watching, and it's just like so nerve wracking. Like, I'll just be yelling, I'll be yelling at my teammate to like just pass the ball or to like actually like do like a pick or like a roll or something like that. And I don't know, it was always fun, more fun for me to cheer on my teammates because I don't know, I loved playing the game, but being a spectator that also like could like cheer them on was also the most fun. Um, playing scrimmages like against my teammate too was also like one of the best things ever because like you would just like kind of jeer them. You kind of like say, oh, you're gonna miss, like that sort of stuff. It's always very funny. Or I'm just gonna boost Marcel's ego a little bit because this is one moment I'll never forget. It's like
Please do.
I yeah, I think we were playing a game one time and there was like 3 seconds on the clock or something, and he was at half court and he was just like sideways and with one arm he like threw the basketball into the net, and I was like, no way he made that, no way. But he did, obviously, because he's Marcel and he's like 6'7", so
That's awesome. I'll have to put out this episode after Martrell so people can meet Martrell and then hear an
right.
awesome story about him.
Yeah.
Those are so fun though. I love I can tell that you really like your team and y'all are close.
Yeah.
you love to cheer them on, and that's super cool. I also
Yeah,
like.
it was like a family.
Yeah, that's great. That's so cool. Awesome. Let's see. I want to touch on basketball camp. Can you just kind of describe your experience at one of these camps and why people should join?
All right, I loved basketball camp. Like before COVID, when I was still like running and everything, it was just one of the best experiences of my summer. Like that's the one thing I looked forward to my entire summer because all my friends were there, and it was more of like a social thing for me because I loved the game of basketball. Obviously, like we played games. It was super fun to go against your friends all the time and just like be like come up with different cheers for your different teams each year and like hoping you're on the same team as your closest friends. And then like the moments after, like when we were hanging out in the hotel, that some of the best memories that I've ever had. And like basketball is just a fun sport to play. Like even though I wasn't the best at it, like I'll admit that right now, it was so fun, and it was a good way to be active too. Because I know there's a lot of disabled people who have a hard time being active and like getting out there. And this was like a great opportunity to do that. And like we don't have that many opportunities sometimes because mobility can be hard sometimes. But this was a great experience to do that and also like open up your social circles because I know I made some of the closest friends I'll ever make in my life because it's like a second family to me. Like we're always connected even if we haven't seen each other in so long. Like I haven't played basketball in a while since I've been in college. But just being at basketball camp was so great. Except like the drills were very tiring, I'll tell you that. Running laps is never fun. But but it was just a great way to be active and hang out with your friends. And that was great.
Yeah, definitely. I'd imagine I would be exhausted, but it sounds like
Yes.
a great time. Cool. I love that. Awesome. Well, let's do one more about Ryan Martin Foundation and then go into a couple more questions about you.
Okay,
But
sure.
can you just kind of describe like what does Ryan Martin Foundation mean to you and the impact that it's had on your life?
Oh, Ryan Martin Foundation literally probably changed me as a person, like because I'm not a very outgoing person, but like this opportunity kind of made me have to be more outgoing, and that taught me a lot. Like it gave me a lot of independence too. Like during Ryan and I's time like together at basketball camp and any other events, he would always take me out of my comfort zone, always make me do public speaking events when I'm an antisocial person. So it was very good for me to work on my speech and to work on like the way I present myself to people. So that was a very great opportunity. And also to do something I wouldn't have done before. Like I wouldn't have played basketball, probably not, if it wasn't for Ryan. Like he gave me a lot and taught me that I do want to be active and I do want to get out there and I do want to play sports and I do want to hang around people like me and that sort of thing. And even like I owe my internship to Ryan Martin actually because my very first interview when I was like 9 or 10 at Ryan's camp, like that same company reached out to me when I was in college because they heard I was a creative writing major. And they were like, "Oh, would you like an internship with us?" And I was like, "Okay." Like he's opened a lot of opportunities to me, taught me a lot of things. And it's an experience that I'll just never forget because it's part of my life.
That's awesome. I love that so much. And that kind of it perfectly leads into my next question, which is what have you learned about yourself from playing wheelchair basketball?
Well, I learned that I can be a part of a team and that I can work with
Yeah.
others, even if they're like, I don't know, so different from me, because a lot of people on the team are way different than I am, trust me. Like, I'm not well, I am a sports person because I played sports, but like, I'm not a sports person, if you get what I mean. Like, and then other people, they like watch football every day, like watch basketball games every day. I'm like, I can't do that. So I could get along with people that are different than me. I could work on my independence because before Ryan, like I remember this one time we were going on to a tournament And it was the first time I'd gone to a hotel by myself without my parents. And I remember I left my luggage or like my bag in the car because I usually had people like carrying my luggage in for me into the hotel. And then one of my coaches, Carlos, was like, "What are you doing? Why do you leave the bag in the car?" I'm like, "Oh, I forgot about that." So I got a lot more independent. It prepared me a lot for college. And I just learned a lot. I learned that I could have a lot more freedom than I would have thought. Like I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for Ryan teaching me that I could do more than I ever thought I could.
Definitely. It's more than basketball, right? It's more than the sport.
Yeah,
Learn life skills and all kinds of skills, carrying
right.
and everything else. But that's great. Awesome. Let's do a few more just about you, so the listeners can get to know you a bit better. But would you mind kind of listing some mentors that have helped you along the way? Let's go. Like we know we love Ryan. Please speak about Ryan more if you'd like. But if there's anybody else you'd like to give a shout out to, feel free.
All right, I'll say obviously Ryan, he's the head coach. He's the one who sets up everything. Like, yes, we love him. There's also Carlos. He's kind of like my what is it called? My level when it comes to our disabilities. So I could relate a lot more to him. Like he was the first guy who let me borrow his basketball chair because I fit into his chair when I was very little. So he was always there for me too. He always worked on my chair. He always helped me set up my new chairs like whenever I need them. So he's always been there for me. He's like my second dad. Um, and then there's also Kelly. She's my actual mentor because we get mentors sometimes, and she's always there if I need advice, if I need to reach out for her, that sort of thing. I have Polly, who makes us run laps, but it's fine because I love him and he's really funny all the time. And then just everybody I've played with, like I love them. They taught me different personality traits of myself. Like they taught me how I should open up more and how I could be like this funny, outgoing person if I need to be. And just I don't know, all these people I appreciate so much.
It sounds like you've got a great circle of people. Maybe tough love with Polly who makes you do laps, but it's okay.
Right. I love Polly. I love Polly. I still have to go to his gym, but like I'm procrastinating on that.
That's funny. Cool. I love that. Love this strong group of people you've got. Awesome. Okay, just a few more for you. But we know you're in college now, but what are your kind of academic or athletic aspirations for the next few years?
Well, I know you kind of said like you love school, and I love school too. I'm probably gonna be a student forever because even though it stresses me out, like I don't know, I just love learning. Like I want to be that person with like 10 million degrees. Like I don't care. I'll just keep learning forever. But like the main thing I want to do is like write because I love creative writing. So like I love fiction. I like books. So I want to write that sort of thing, like young adult novels is what I'm aiming for. But I'm also gonna try to double in history because I love history because it's just a bunch of stories. So um that could be a backup if I don't get to my top tier, but I'm gonna try to go for it. Um I don't know. I just want to do something in one of those two fields. Like right now for my internship, I'm a blog writer and it's been pretty nice. So I'm getting some of that experience right now. And just college has been really great for me for what I want to do academically and for my career in the future.
Definitely. I can tell you like it. That's awesome that you're getting experience too. That's great. Well, wishing you the best. I'm sure it'll work
Thank you.
out. And I can't wait to read some of your stories or your novels, whatever you've got coming out. I'll be the first to promote it on Adventures with Aggie. But
All right. Thank you.
yeah, rooting for you. Awesome. Let's see. Two more questions for you. Kind of related. But first, let's go with how would you encourage and why would you encourage others to get involved in adaptive sport?
All right. I would encourage anyone like who has a disability to go and do something adaptive, like if it's a sport, if it's a social thing, but especially sports, because it keeps you active, it keeps you social. Because I know a lot of disabled people have a hard time with mobility, and it's very difficult to like stay in shape and be a healthy like size when you're just sitting around all day. So first of all, like health wise, it's very good to do sports when you have a disability. And second of all, it's just great to have a bunch of people around you who have sort of the similar experience to you. And it's great for you to connect with others and have others your same age who play adaptive sports. Like you don't see a lot of people in your regular public school who have a disability who you could connect with all the time. And it's just great to have a big community, even though you don't see them all the time. It's great to have them there, so you know there's someone like you know there's someone you could hang out with, you know there's someone who you could work out with even, or like you could reach out to and play some video games or something. You know there's someone there. So I would very much promote adaptive sports, because it's been a life changer for me. Even though I don't really do it anymore, like it prepared me for my future.
Definitely. I hope people listen to you, because you sold it. You sold it very well.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that. Cool. Last question. I end all of my shows on advice. So what is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
To my younger self, I would just say like try more things, because as my younger self, I wasn't very adventurous or like confident or anything, and I was very close-minded. I sometimes still am because I'm stubborn like that, but like just reach out, try new things. Like don't be scared of roller coasters. Like don't be scared of like going in for the basketball, trying to shoot a basket even though like you're bad at it. Like I have more confidence in yourself, because like just the world revolves on fake it till you make it, really. I think. And I think if you just do it, like you won't regret the experiences that you have. Just like try new things. That's what I would say.
Definitely. You said you're not adventurous, but you are speaking on Adventures with Aggie. So we're talking about your adventure today.
Yes.
Your adventure that is life.
Right.
Awesome. Well, this was great. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your story. And I hope that someone out there listens to you and then goes and gets involved with either Ryan Martin Foundation or adaptive sport in some way. But thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hennessy, thank you so very much for coming on the show and sharing your story. Go check out Ryan Martin Foundation, linked below.